In this episode, Ryan shares his number one high cash flow strategy that's made him hundreds of thousands of pounds in his business. Everybody is asking Ryan how to make more money now, during the pandemic, and in the new world we'll live in post-COVID-19. Ryan goes deep into his number one investment strategy that has consistently made money for the last 15 years, no matter what the market, the economy, or what house prices do. If you are looking for the fastest way to make real money with the lowest entry levels, anybody can enter and play this game. Then listen to this episode now. Show me the money on Wednesday. If you have a deal right now and you don't know the best way to structure it, if you post a deal in the community group on Facebook called Property Crash Course, Ryan will help you unlock hidden profits and save you from locking yourself into a loss on those bad deals that every property sourcer wants you to buy.
Hey podcasters, what's happening? I'm just sitting here right now on Brighton Beach. Oh, there's a man doing a backflip right next to me. There's people everywhere. It's bank holiday weekend. The sun is out. It's like the lockdown, or the main lockdown, has more or less come to an end. So now you can socialise unlimited. Clearly what's happening now in Brighton, it's like Cannes. It's like the French Riviera. I love this place. It's a place that's very close to my heart. I've been here, financially invested here, emotionally invested here since, mid-90s, okay? And, just love being here in Brighton. I'm sitting outside a building that we used to have the penthouse apartment in. Now we've just acquired, actually, as it happens today, just got the keys to another apartment in that building, which is also another holiday rental. And again, we didn't buy it. We didn't have to get a mortgage. We didn't have to really put any money down. And it's making money for us as a holiday rental, as a corporate let, okay? Now, this episode is about money. There is money everywhere. There is money all around us. We've all been in a lockdown for so long. There's been the quarantine. That was more or less lifted somewhat, last week on the Wednesday. And now it's bank holiday weekend. Brighton is back in business, back to normal. I mean, people-wise, not shops open, which are opening very soon, etc., etc. I'm sitting right on the seafront now, just having a nice little coffee. I've got my cigar. I've got some batteries I just bought from Asda. I'm using my mini, what am I using? The HN1 recorder while I'm out and about, just to get this episode down for you guys right now. This is about money, this episode, because I'm constantly asked by people, by investors, by entrepreneurs about money. How can I make more money? Oh, there's someone having a barbecue on the Hove lawns right now. There is thousands of people here. There's thousands of people here. Okay, so people are constantly asking me, especially since the lockdown, how can I make money? Only today I was talking to someone who's in the hotel business. They've got a hotel, they have money, they had money. Obviously everybody is nervous from what's happened and what's happening. The hospitality industry can only really get worse. The world economy is going to get worse before it gets better. So yes, people should be, wow, nearly done a double backflip, this guy. Brighton is on fire right now. Brighton is on fire. You need to get down here, you guys. Anyways, so yes, everybody should be concerned about money and about their finances and how to get more money, how to make more money, how to attract more money. Now, one thing I would say to those guys, or to anybody listening right now who wants more money for whatever the reason may be, to maybe just cover your expenses, maybe to pay your bills, maybe to grow your company, maybe to keep your company going if it's struggling, maybe you've lost your job, maybe you want to increase your income, maybe there's something you want to save for any reason at all. If anybody needs more money, I'm going to give you the easiest, the quickest, the fastest way that you can make money right now in 2020, even in the aftermath of this pandemic. It's got nothing to do with the pandemic, but it's the aftermath of the pandemic. Now, I mention that deliberately because I go deep in another episode and explain that we had some problems with some advertising, some marketing that we've done recently. And we've done for the last 4 years, to be honest, in this part of the world. And we were, some people got the wrong end of the stick and thought we were profiteering off of the NHS. That we're not. We don't rent to the NHS at all. And it ended up becoming a story in a newspaper. And then an MP got involved. And then it was very complicated, etc., etc. We had to get lawyers involved, and the story was redacted or pulled from even being published literally just a few hours before it's going to press. But that's for another episode. If you're already shortletting on Booking.com or Airbnb and you're not generating $8,200 for your 3 beds, $6,200 for your 2 beds, or even $4,100 for your 1 beds each month, then oh my goodness, you're losing money every single month. Now, I created an ebook to show you exactly how we hit those numbers consistently in my business, and I want to give you a free copy so I can show you exactly how you can do the same. Just go to www.theyrentanyhome.com/free book and tell me where to send your copy. Does that make sense? So money, right now, the best way I know to share with everybody here to make money. Now, you've probably been listening to my other episodes where I go on and on and on about some particular property investment strategies which have saved me from, recessions. They've saved me from, the verge of bankruptcy. They've saved me from, they've basically saved my bank from going to zero multiple times. They've enabled me to build my company, grow my company, and basically achieve everything and anything that I wanted, even to raise deposits for buying properties, okay? Now, that's this particular strategy you've probably heard me talking about a lot. But if you haven't done it yet, if you're not using it yet, if you haven't got the confidence yet, if you haven't taken that next step yet, if you've listened to all of my other episodes, you've followed me on social media, you've listened to the videos, you've watched the videos, listened to the podcast, and you're still waiting for that light bulb moment, that aha moment, which I hope is right now, the way you hear this episode. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, it's the May bank holiday. I want this to be the turning point for you guys, that you finally actually stop listening and do something. Take action on this strategy, because there's a window of opportunity. There's a shelf life. This strategy will go away like anything. Everything starts off being amazing, where you get the most returns, the highest income, the maximum profit, and then some more people find out and they start. And then the margins get squeezed a little bit. Then another season goes by, and then more people get involved. More investors do this. More people start to teach this because they can't be bothered to do it themselves because they're just fucking lazy, or they'd rather sell fucking courses instead of actually doing these fucking deals. And then they're selling the how to do this. And then the next season comes along. And then the people selling the how to do this sell it to somebody who tries to do this, works out it's too hard for them because the person who sold them the how to do this isn't really actually doing these fucking deals, or they may have done one fucking deal and now they're like, that's too hard, or they haven't been taught properly, so they would rather sell the how to do the deals instead of actually doing these types of fucking deals. And then it gets harder, and then more people get in, then more people are selling the crap, and then more people are selling products and digital this and training and coaching and everything else they can sell, which I don't understand, because information is fucking free. You guys could Google it instead of buying their shitty courses. Anyway. And then more people get in, then more people, another season goes by, then everyone's making money, it's getting less and less and less, then the government gets involved, then everybody starts to regulate it, and then it becomes a council regulation, and then it becomes a government regulation, and then all the margins get squeezed, there's not a lot of money left in it, and then it turns into like fucking HMO. Like HMO has been good to me. There's many things which are bad about HMO. There's lots of red tape to jump through. But yes, we do make money from HMOs, and I've got dozens or multiple HMOs and dozens and dozens and dozens of HMO tenants. But who wants to get into a market that's that regulated like HMO? Okay, this is not HMO. I'm talking about every £1,000 of rent that we pay, we exchange it for £3,000 every single month. This is consistently in 5 different cities. We're now in 6 cities. This is across 6 different cities since 2016. This isn't just one season. This isn't just the summer. This isn't just the high season like May to September or something like that. This is all year round. We're renting properties from landlords. We're renting properties from investors. We're renting properties from anybody who has a property to rent. Now, we don't have to put a mortgage deposit down. In fact, we've actually put £250 down only on this property that I'm sitting outside right now while I'm delivering this episode to you guys on Brighton Beach. It's a beachfront property. You got sea views. You can see the pier. You can see the bandstand. You can see the Hove Lawns. You can see the I-360. You can see everything from this apartment. I put 250 deposit down. Not 25 grand, £250. And paid 1 month's rent in advance. That's it. Now, this property will generate probably in a region of about £1,000 net profit right now, okay, each month. But if I bought the property, went through the rigmarole of solicitors and jumping through the hoops and getting a mortgage and a mortgage deposit and everything else and the shenanigans that goes with it to buy a property, and then got a massive mortgage and everything else and put probably more than 25 grand. This flat's probably worth about 325 grand. So let's say, you put 20%, 60 odd grand, 65 grand mortgage deposit to make the same fucking money. Who in their right mind would do that? Who in their right mind would want to put 65 grand down to make the same amount of money that you need to put £250 down on? £250 deposit and 1 month's rent. That is it. Now, this property will probably make in a region of £1,000 a month all year round on average, okay? Sometimes more, sometimes less, but at least let's just leave it at the benchmark. Usually my properties make a lot more money than that. A lot more money than that. I'm being conservative. I'm being modest. Let's just say it makes £1,000 a month, okay?
Make sure you've subscribed, because tomorrow you'll get problems, challenges, and opportunities on Thursday. Every Thursday, Ryan takes you deep inside his business, sharing his problems, walks you through his challenges, talks about the opportunities that you only find once you've broken through the wall. That's the secret that every entrepreneur discovers, because the biggest problem in your business today usually becomes your greatest opportunity and asset tomorrow.
Why would anybody in their right mind not want to use this strategy? Why would anybody want to put 60 odd grand of a mortgage deposit in to make the same amount of money? That's just madness. If you're interested in capital growth, which would be the only argument, that's a bonus, guys. Something Robert Kiyosaki taught me in the year 2000. You cannot invest for capital growth. That's a bonus. You have to make cash flow. Every single month you're in the deal. Cash flow. Grant Cardone says this. Cash flow. Robert Kiyosaki says this. Cash flow. Every smart entrepreneur, business person, property expert says this. Cash flow every single month. Because if you're relying on just capital appreciation, that's a bonus. There's no guarantee that's going to happen. There's no guarantee the market is going to double. We can look back on historical data, and yes, it's doubled every 7 to 10 years since 1942, around about 7% a year. There's peaks, there's troughs. However, like Gary Vee says, the future market has got nothing to do with what's happened in the past. The future market, let me repeat that. What happens in the future, the markets, have actually got nothing to do with what's happened in the past. So if you're always basing your investments on what's happened in the past, that can only take you so far. It can only take you so far. Imagine going all in, investing all of your money and everything and £60,000 deposit to get the same amount of money, £1,000 a month. But then you're relying on capital growth and it doesn't grow for the next 10 years, or grows a tiny bit. There could be a massive correction. There could be some massive regulation. There could be some massive legislation in the property market, which they've been hammering for the last few years, the war against landlords. If you're looking to invest for just capital growth, there's other deals that you can take that gamble on in that sense. But if you're looking for money, for cash flow every single month, this is the number one strategy that saved me since around about 2005. Every time I've needed money, this strategy. In the aftermath of the 2008 crash, this strategy saved me. Before the 2008 crash, this strategy saved me. That's renting a property, paying one rent, even the market rent. And then having permission, having consent to sublet that property, and then I take it out of one market, which is the AST rental market, and all I do is put it into the holiday, the hotel market. Now we're achieving £3,000 a month for every £1,000 of rent that we pay. We don't have to buy it. We don't need a mortgage deposit. We don't have to put a deposit down, get any credit, have any finance, jump through red tape, don't have to use solicitors. You could have the worst credit in the world. You can even be bankrupt. It really makes no difference to rent a property from a landlord, take it out of one market, which is an AST market, put it into the hotel holiday rental market. That's what we do. There's websites out there, booking.com, Airbnb. Booking.com keep us filled at 84% all year round. 84% all year round. And we pay them around about 20% for that, which we get back from the properties. We get it back from the upsells. We get it back from the minibars. We get it back from the early check-ins. We get that 20% back from the late checkouts. We get that 20% back from the parking, which we charge the guests. So let's just say the booking fees are completely gone. They're completely free. And they keep us filled at 84% all year round. Are you guys getting this? Are you guys hearing what I'm saying? Does this make sense to you guys listening right now? I can't say it. I can't encourage you enough. I'm just sitting outside the building right now that we've just leased from the owner. They've put the mortgage deposit in. They've renovated the apartment. They've furnished the apartment. They've put everything in the apartment, even towels, everything. They've cut all the keys. Every single thing has been done for them to rent the property as a holiday let. They've put £60,000 deposit in. They've spent all the time and effort finding the property and going through the legals and putting the deposits down and mortgage applications and solicitors and waiting 3 months to complete, and they pay all the taxes and they pay for the maintenance, they pay for everything else and all the other crap that comes with home ownership or even buy-to-let ownership. And we're making more fucking money than them every single month, every single day, every single minute we're making more money than them. Every single second we're making more money than the person who bought the property, than the person who took all the risk, than the person that has the mortgage, than the person whose name is written on the title deeds. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? We're making more money than the owner on this particular property, their particular property, just because we're smart. We're using the most up-to-date, the highest cash-flowing property investment strategies that give you maximum income and minimal risk. Who wants that? Maximum income and minimal risk, okay? I just hope that you guys understand the power of this particular strategy. Renting a property from a landlord. Every £1,000 of rent that we pay, we're collecting £3,000 every single month. Paying the £1,000 a month to the landlord. collecting the gross of the £2,000 a month. Of course, we have some costs. That's up to us to get down. That's up to us to systemize. Yes, this is a real business. No, it's not easy, because if it was easy, everybody would be cashing in and making an extra £2,000 every single month above the market rent. This is my bank holiday gift to you guys. This is my bank holiday deal structuring gift. My episode to you guys today. I hope you get some value from this episode. I would love to hear your thoughts. He's a #1 Amazon bestseller. He's an NLP manipulator. He's a property course seller. He's a Lamborghini driving multi-millionaire property guru. Forget that same old boring I am me narcissistic podcast format, because nobody gives a f***. This podcast is all about you. So I'm taking these few seconds to thank you for subscribing, to thank you for leaving your 5-star reviews, and thank you for sharing this show with all of your friends. My team and I will keep bringing you these episodes and answering all of your burning questions in my Facebook community group called Property Crash Course. If you can just keep telling all of your friends about this show.